Mohamed Salah has released a statement that has done a lot to remind me that even though some people may be amazing football players or may have been amazing football players, that does not automatically make them good pundits or the most logical of thinkers or just the ability to read the room. Because Mohamed Salah has released a statement which a lot of Liverpool fans agree with. Mohamed Salah is in no position to benefit from any results that come from this statement. If anything, he has everything to lose with his farewell match coming soon this last match day. The consequence of this statement means he might not get the farewell that he deserves because he might be benched or not included at all in the match day squad. Yet he released the statement because he cares about Liverpool and he cares about the direction that the club is potentially taking in keeping Arne Slot. But the amount of backlash that we've since seen from the British media is amazing. And I was for a little bit angry about the backlash, and then I remembered that these people are not the most well-educated people. They're just former football players with opinions, even though in this case their opinions are totally misled. Now let's go through the statement first. Now the statement reads as follows: I have witnessed this club go from doubters to believers and from believers to champions. True, 100% so far. It took hard work and I always did everything I could to help the club get there. Nothing makes me prouder than that. We know about Mohamed Salah's contributions in the Jurgen Klopp era. We know about his contributions in the title-winning season, even with Arne Slot at the helm. So this is true so far. Us crumbling to yet another defeat this season was painful and not what our fans deserve. Which is very true. A lot of us fans were angry after the Aston Villa 4-2 defeat, and we have been angry in a lot of matches, and we would agree with his assessment that we have been crumbling to defeat in a lot of these matches. I want to see Liverpool go back to being the heavy metal attacking team that opponents fear and back to being a team that wins trophies. We all want the same, and we agree with Mohamed Salah in this instance. This is the football that I know how to play, and that is the identity that needs to be recovered and kept for good. Now, this is a guy who's saying it took a lot of hard work, it took a lot of years to build something that was successful, that was feared by other teams, and his opinion is that we're seeing that crumble, we're seeing that being taken for granted, and he's cautioning us because it might take a lot of years to rebuild if we just let it slide like that. It can't be negotiable, and everyone that joins the club should adapt to it. Now, this speaks to the new players, a lot of whom have liked this message, some of whom have commented with this message. It shows that they also agree with him, but it also unfortunately speaks to Arne Slot in trying to change the style of play that Liverpool is known for. Even before Jurgen Klopp joined Liverpool, Liverpool was known as one of the hardest working teams that was difficult to beat, and we knew Anfield as a fortress. Even through our poorest seasons, we knew at least at Anfield, Manchester United was not going to come there and have an easy game. The likes of Man City didn't win at Anfield for a long time until this Arne Slot guy showed up. Winning some games here and there is not what Liverpool should be about. All teams win games. That is true. Even bottom of the table teams win some games here and there. The good thing about the top teams is that they have runs, spells where they win a lot of games consecutively. Now, we used to laugh at the fact that Man United could not win 2 games in a row, never mind 5 games in a row, for that guy to cut his hair, which he's not going to do for a long time, I hope. But with teams like Liverpool, teams like Arsenal, teams like Man City, especially under Jurgen Klopp, Pep and Arteta, winning spells have been a thing for those teams, and that's what makes them some of the top teams in the world. Liverpool went the COVID season up until COVID unbeaten. That was amazing, and we went for longer spells every season than this season unbeaten. Even in this season, we went 5 games unbeaten at the beginning of the season before it all went south. As I've said, qualifying for next season's Champions League is the bare minimum, and I will do everything I can to make this happen. I would say Mo Salah has already done everything that he can to make that happen. Unfortunately, after messages like this and the backlash that he's receiving from the media and that he will definitely receive from the manager, we might not see Mohamed Salah play the last match of the season, but we might qualify anyways because the other teams that are vying for that spot are so terrible, worse than us. So we might qualify by default because of the inability of other teams to overtake us for that spot, and because of the extended spots that the Premier League is getting for the Champions League. Now, what has been amazing to me is that you had people at ESPN, even Liverpool legends like Stevie Nico, saying that they're disappointed in Mo Salah for saying this, especially at this time. And it makes me wonder, when else could he have said this? Because whenever he spoke during the season, they said, no, he only speaks when it benefits him. Now, he chose a time where he literally benefits nothing from taking this kind of message out. And he has reasons for why this is the best time to take this message out, because he's seeing the club that he loves, that he helped rebuild, crumbling, defeat after defeat, worst defeats in over a decade. We have the worst point tally, I think, in over a decade as well. The worst XG since they started counting XG 5 seasons ago. We've broken so many negative records this season, and it didn't just start this season. It started immediately after we won the Premier League. After the Tottenham game, we were literally awful for a lot of the games that we played, but the excuse that we gave is that we're already on the beach, we've already won the league, we've already started celebrating, so it doesn't really matter. But the standards started to drop from there, and we've never recovered those standards. And a lot of us fans are saying that the manager is the biggest problem and the biggest contributor to that problem. And with all messaging that we're getting from the club through journalists, the club hierarchy are prepared to give this manager another season. Now, Mo Salah had to speak now, because if he doesn't speak now, when else will he speak? When they've decided to keep Arne Slot and the decline continues. So this is amazing from the pundits, the inability to read a room, to read the fans, and to see a problem and see that this person is addressing something that exists. And even more weird is the fact that they do not even engage with the contents of his message. None of them are saying what he's saying is wrong. A lot of them have also been criticizing the manager. A lot of them have also been saying that they don't recognize this Liverpool and it's not the Liverpool way. But when Mohamed Salah comes out and says it, and potentially has the effect of rattling the hierarchy of the team into making a decisive action, they have a problem with it. Now, this is the bias that the British media has, especially towards non-British players, and we see it clearly at play. But fortunately, the Scousers and the Liverpool fans around the world agree with Mohamed Salah, and quite fortunately a lot of the players as well agree with Mohamed Salah. So hopefully the hierarchy will make a decision, because if they're not going to listen to the fans with all the protests that we've seen at Anfield, with all the boos that we've seen at Anfield, if they're not going to listen to the online fans with the surveys, the petitions and all of those things, hopefully they will listen to a player that is still in their books, a legend that has influence in the dressing room, and hopefully Arne Slot is taken out of his misery and all of our misery before it is too late. Don't forget to subscribe.